Hi, welcome back to my channel. Happy Friday. Happy Valentine's Day if you celebrate, and if you don't, I'm still thinking of you, and I'm still going to hope that you're having a good day today and even a nice weekend since it's Friday. I have my front door open. I apologize for this late upload, but the sun's finally come out. I've been waiting for my neighbors. They're still working on their houses and they're cutting and drilling, and it's just making a lot of noise. And right now I think they're taking a break. And if you listen carefully, you can hear it in the background. I guess they're still going at it. But today I thought I would do what I'm calling my 2025 Traveler's Notebook Trip Journal. This will be adventure number 2. This is my standard size Traveler's Notebook. And the trip that we took for February is to Medieval Times Dinner and Tournament in Buena Park here in Southern California. We had the VIP package, so this was something that we had to wear, and then we sat in the blue section, which is why we have the blue flag. I think everybody had the same colored paper crown, but this was ours, right? I think we all had the same colors. You know what? No, we didn't. Depending on which section you sat in determined the color of your crown. So since we sat in the blue, we had the blue crown. I did film some clips from the show, and I think I'm going to insert that in the end with some of the photos that you'll see in my insert. So that way you can kind of get a feel of what it was like, what we experienced, because it was sort of fun. I think it's a good thing to do, like a one and done kind of thing. I think if you had kids, it would be, it'd be really fun. So let's get started. So this is an insert that I purchased from Traveler's Notebook a year or two ago, and instead of hoarding it, I decided to start using it. So the first trip that we took was to pick up Bruce. So that was in January on the 5th. And as you can see, just to show a little bit of this, I doodled some of the sights of downtown LA when we went to go pick him up. That's what I wanted to do for trip number 2 at the Medieval Times. But because I am not that good with drawing and sketching, I decided instead to just fill it with pictures. So you'll see that as I flip through the pages. So this is our ticket, one of the tickets that I put in the notebook, and I printed it out on paper. And so you can see how it's kind of taped in up on top. We went on Saturday. So you can see down here, I wrote down it was Medieval Times, Dinner and Tournament, Buena Park, California. Now this is when we were standing at the breezeway. They had this sort of little monument thing that was kind of out on the street, and it would show clips of what to expect when you're inside. You'll see this at the end if you decide to stick around to see it. I think I will put all that stuff at the end of what I'm filming right now. Here's a picture of me and my husband while we were standing in line. So we had to, stand in line when we got our tickets, and then got into another line to get in, and then they had to determine where you're going to sit. I did film a clip of what it looked like inside. So it's basically a big arena stadium divided in certain colors. And so we were able to find a table because we were there about an hour before they actually let you into the seating area. Their first showing, I think, was at 2 or 2:30. I think it was 2:30. So we sat around waiting. So this is my husband, and I took footage or a photo of some flags for the red team. We could not find the blue team, which was our night. Here is the crown, as well as what aisle we were sitting. So here's my crown here. But I thought it was kind of fun to take a picture of it there. Over here is the picture of the Queen and King, as well as some people that were waiting to get knighted by them. Another photo of me and my husband. A picture of a knight. So we were in the blue section. Here is the shield, the flag, as well as some information about our knight. So that is this right here. I don't want to call him like the town squire, but he was the one that was making announcements. telling us what we needed to do, where to go. So I decided to take his picture so he can go in here. And then here's another picture of us once we were seated. If you were VIP, you were able to go in first. Everybody had assigned seating, but it just sort of depended on your package. If you were closer to the, I guess, the ground floor to see the horses and the knights better, or if you're higher up. So if you were closer to the action in the VIP package, then you were allowed to go in first. And so that's kind of how he did it. So we were called in first with our color. And again, I filmed a clip of the stadium to kind of give you an idea of what it looked like and how they called people in. And again, I will insert that at the end of the video. Now, the one thing I forgot to take a picture of was our meal. They did serve a tomato bisque with a slice of garlic bread. I do have a photo of that, but because I knew I was going to be drawing in our dinner, I decided not to print out the photo and instead draw it here. So for dinner at the medieval times, you get the tomato bisque with the slice of garlic bread to start, and then the half a chicken, a small piece of corn on the cob, and that was a seasoned halved baked potato. You eat with your fingers, with your hands. You can ask for utensils, which is what the people next to us did, but we decided to kind of go with the flow and not eat with utensils, and we eat with our hands. So once you're in the stadium and you're seated, the king and queen kind of sat over here up on top. I think this was the red section. And then over here is sort of like a tunnel where the horses and then the knights and I don't know what you call the night workers come running out. But here was this guy was talking to them. And so they do this whole show thing. And here he is over here again. That's him on his horse. And he was just kind of talking. Over here were some dancing horses. So she handled I think it was either a hawk or a falcon. I'm not too sure what it was. But she came in and then she let it go and the bird flew around the stadium. So that was kind of neat. This was another dancing horse. That was kind of interesting to watch. Now here is our knight. He was pretty cool. He represented the blue section. So here he is right here, across from the yellow. Here are more of the knights. Here they are lined up. And then here he is towards the middle end. They do a jousting round. So each color, 2 colors would go at it. And then the winner would fight the next color section. And so here was our guy with his helmet on and his jousting stick. Is that what it's called? I don't know what it's called, but that's what I'm calling it there. And then I just shared a picture of this because I don't know if you can tell, but when you look at the photos, there is no netting here. But when they start fighting, and actually once they start the jousting between the 2 different colors, they're on their horses, they go at each other poking the stick. And then I don't know what the point of the fight is to try to knock him out or knock him off his horse. But the netting came down. So this is made out of metal and it dropped down, protecting the audience from the arena fighting area. So I'm not gonna tell you who won. It was a good twist. And that part was really fun. And I think so this is where I think if you had kids, younger people, and you're cheering your team, you're screaming your head out, you're booing people, it was just really fun. I think on the way home, I think I had a sore throat because I was cheering on for our guy. And as we were leaving, this is one of the turrets, I guess, that's what that's called, of the castle. And that was it. So this was a really fun time. So this is adventure number 2 for February. I'm not too sure if we're going to be doing anything the rest of this month. I know my husband has some work scheduled, so I think we might not. I'm going to insert now the photos that you saw in here, as well as some video clips that I took when we were there. I don't think I'm going to come back at the end of that. So I'll just say now that if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. And if you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Subscribe if you'd like to see After the Pin videos of my Traveler's Notebook on adventures that we take for 2025, or After the Pin flip-throughs of my Wonderland 222 and my Sterling Ink A5 size. And I hope you guys have a great weekend if I don't see you again. And now I'm going to go ahead and insert the photos as well as some video clips of our adventure. Okay, I'll see you guys later. Enjoy the show. Bye.
Hail now, Baron Luis de Rosa Castilla, the